All rise. The United States Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Texas is now in session. We're going to start doing presiding.
Please be seated. All right, the first case on the 10:30 docket is the Hamilton Grant and Amina Williams case. This is Miss Williams.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may have a seat, Miss Williams.
Good morning, Your Honor. Paul Wright on behalf of the debtor.
All right, you may proceed. Oh, well.
Miss Williams, could you please state your full name for the record? And you received disability, is that correct?
Yes.
Month. And you all were not receiving any income in the previous bankruptcy from him, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay. The bankruptcy protection afforded to you? You asking the court to extend the automatic stay as to all your creditors?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Complex, there is a small arrears that existed pre-petition, and they have agreed to allow us to reorganize that through the Chapter 13 plan. So I'm going to...
You may step down, Miss Williams. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we'll have Mr. Michael Wilson's case. Okay, Mr. Wilson, you've been sworn in, so if you'll take a seat, I'll examine you, and then we'll let Mr. Paz examine you. Okay, Mr. Wilson, you're the debtor in case 43014.
Yes, sir.
It's a Chapter 7 case.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you filed a prior case in 2014 in front of Judge Hale.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what caused that case to be dismissed?
Well, the creditor, the Bus Parish Creek, Mr. Paz filed for a hearing, and I never got service on it, and so they went to a hearing date, and they had the hearing done looking at it and dismissed the bankruptcy because my money order was late.
Well, according to our records, you failed to pay the filing fee.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why your case was dismissed, because of the failure to pay the filing fee.
Yes, sir.
This case, you did pay the filing fee, correct?
Yes, sir, for that case and this case. I paid the whole thing of the day. After it got dismissed, I paid the whole entire filing, and what Judge Hale did was lifted the bar to me refiling, and I was able to refile it the next morning, so that way I can, because they had written for possession from my apartment, so I was due to get kicked out, which every time I filed a bankruptcy, they still put the writ thing on my door to kick me out.
Right.
And so it's just been a seesaw match.
I see. And are you currently employed?
I'm working, trying to do a little part-time thing from home. I'm going to school right now full-time. And, but the home business thing, it was going pretty good up until March. And then all this stuff started happening, and then that kind of went down. But I'm back at school now. And, so that's where I am. But I'm not working. I'm just only on disability, VA disability.
I see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you understand that since you filed a Chapter 7, your stay only protects you until 60 days after your discharge.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're currently, do you know when your 341 meeting is?
It's on the 23rd, sir.
23rd of September, so you'll be going to that, and then after you've completed that, you have about 60 days before your discharge is entered.
Yes, sir.
That will be the end of your protection.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me in support of continuing the automatic stay?
I just need a stay so sir, and so trying to you know, someone told me if you want to live a long time, to keep breathing. I'm trying to get it breathe in. I've been through a lot of washing waters the past couple of years, trying to get everything straight. So now that everything is it's kind of coming together for me, and I thought that if I paid the rent, then I could stay. But I didn't understand it was reciprocal. If you pay, you gotta go. But this situation is kind of complicated for me to understand of why I can't. And in the meanwhile, if I'm not granted to stay, then I leave. And also, sir, to the scale of justice have to be balanced. And last time I was here, Mr. Paz brought up on cross-examination that I should have filed with, notified all my creditors, which I have went back and corrected that as per the court's request. And, however, the notice that Mr. Paz sent out was bouncing through the mail 4 times. I did include that in the filing, as well as a copy of the return receipt, and I had to pay for his. So a part of the condition of that same rule is that each party is supposed to be responsible for their own postage, and so I should not have to pay for postage to receive a letter that he sent to me 3 days before the court date. So I think that his point last meeting, granted him a filing. So this point, I mean, it should kind of be like equal.
All right. Is there anyone else here on the Wilson case besides Mr. Paz? All right, Mr. Paz, you may cross-examine, though you filed no objection, and therefore I'm going to limit your cross-examination. You may proceed.
Correct, Your Honor. I did not file an objection. What I'd like to remind the court of is that we did have a hearing back on August 28th, in which you granted our objection to his certification, ruling that the automatic stay did not apply to my client, the Bluffs at Paradise Creek. However, the bridge orders that were signed for Mr. Wilson's case did not make out that exception. It stated it applied to all creditors. I'm here to verify that any extension of the automatic stay will not apply to my client, the Bluffs at Paradise Creek.
You may have an independent order to that effect, which you may prepare and upload.
It has been prepared and uploaded, Your Honor. It's not been signed yet.
Well, I went through my entire order queue this morning, so if it's not been signed, it's not in the uploaded yet.
And I'd also like to bring the court's attention that Mr. Wilson is not the innocent debtor that he purports to be here in court. After that hearing on August 28th, before I could even get back to the court, to my office from the courtroom, Mr. Wilson left me this message.
No, I don't want to hear it. Did you hear me say that I didn't want to hear it? I've been saying that I didn't want to hear it, Mr. Paz.
Yes, I'm trying to turn it off, Your Honor.
Okay. If you want to put on evidence, you can file an appropriate motion, and then I'll hear the evidence as I need to. At this point, I don't think Mr. Wilson is either innocent or not innocent as a debtor. I've had no evidence that he is particularly bad, nor that he's particularly good. I just am going to continue to stay as to creditors other than those accepted by specific order of the court.
Okay, I will upload the order, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Paz. Next time, don't turn the recorder on until you've asked permission to do so.
Will do, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you may step down, Mr. Wilson. The relief will be granted.